Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Move so that an opening or passage is obstructed. Make shut. Shut the window. Prevent from entering. Shut out. The trees were shutting out all sunlight. Used especially of mouth or eyes. His eyes were shut against the sunlight. Not open. The door slammed shut. Become closed. Cease to operate or cause to cease operating. The owners decided to move and to close the factory. Come to a close. The concert closed with a nocturne by Chopin. Not far distant in time or space or degree or circumstances. She was close to tears. Of textiles. A close weave. Marked by fidelity to an original. A close translation. Fill or stop up. Can you close the cracks with caulking? Inclined to secrecy or reticence about divulging information. Although they knew her whereabouts, her friends kept close about it. Near in time or place or relationship. The bullet didn't come close. Move so that an opening or passage is obstructed. Make shut. In an attentive manner. He remained close on his guard. Lacking fresh air. The dreadfully close atmosphere. The last section of a communication. The temporal end. The concluding time. They were playing better at the close of the season. Come together, as if in an embrace. Her arms closed around her long-lost relative. The concluding part of any performance. Become closed. The windows closed with a loud bang. Crowded. Close quarters. Unite or bring into contact or bring together the edges of. Close the circuit. Giving or spending with reluctance. Very close, or near, with his money. Of a contest or contestants, evenly matched. A close contest. Fitting closely but comfortably. A close fit. At or within a short distance in space or time or having elements near each other. Close to noon. Bar access to. Due to the accident, the road had to be closed for several hours. Be priced or listed when trading stops. The stock market closed high this Friday. Bring together all the elements or parts of. Management closed ranks. Cause a window or an application to disappear on a computer desktop. Change one's body stance so that the forward shoulder and foot are closer to the intended point of impact. Close in relevance or relationship. A close family. Complete a business deal, negotiation, or an agreement. We closed on the house on Friday. Confined to specific persons. A close secret. Draw near. The probe closed with the space station. Engage at close quarters. Close with the enemy. Finish a game in baseball by protecting a lead. The relief pitcher closed with 2 runs in the second inning. Finish or terminate, meetings, speeches, etc. The meeting was closed with a charge by the chairman of the board. Rigorously attentive, strict and thorough. Close supervision. Strictly confined or guarded. Kept under close custody. Used of hair or haircuts. A close military haircut. Put out or expel from a place. The unruly student was excluded from the game. Prevent from entering. Shut out. This policy excludes people who have a criminal record from entering the country. Prevent from entering. Keep out. Prevent from being included or considered or accepted. The bad results were excluded from the report. Lack or fail to include. The cost for the trip excludes food and beverages. Prevent from entering. Shut out. Remain outside. Prevent from entering. Shut out. Blocked against entry. A closed porch. Used especially of mouth or eyes. He sat quietly with closed eyes. Not open. Not having an open mind. A closed mind unreceptive to new ideas. Not open or affording passage or access. The many closed streets made travel difficult. Not open to the general public. A closed meeting. Requiring union membership. A closed shop. Set theory, of an interval that contains both its endpoints. With shutters closed. Not open. Having eyes half closed in order to see better. Squinched eyes. Very drunk. Of textiles. Smooth percale with a very tight weave. Used of persons or behavior, characterized by or indicative of lack of generosity. Demanding strict attention to rules and procedures. Tight security. In an attentive manner. Pressed tightly together. Firmly or closely. Held tight. Pulled or drawn tight. A tight drumhead. Exasperatingly difficult to handle or circumvent. A good man to have on your side in a tight situation. Of a contest or contestants, evenly matched. A tight game. Affected by scarcity and expensive to borrow. Tight money. Closely constrained or constricted or constricting. Tight skirts. Of such close construction as to be impermeable. A tight roof. Packed closely together. They stood in a tight little group. Securely or solidly fixed in place, rigid. The bolts are tight. Set so close together as to be invulnerable to penetration. In tight formation. Closing the eyes intermittently and rapidly. A reflex that closes and opens the eyes rapidly. Informal intensifiers. What a bally, or blinking, nuisance. Closing the eyes intermittently and rapidly. He stood blinking in the bright sunlight. A reflex that closes and opens the eyes rapidly. Pressed tightly together. With lips compressed. Flattened laterally along the whole length, e.g., certain leaf stalks or flatfishes. Reduced in volume by pressure. Compressed air. Having eyes half closed in order to see better. Refuse to talk or stop talking. Fall silent. The children shut up when their father approached. Closely confined. Cause to be quiet or not talk. Place in a place where something cannot be removed or someone cannot escape. Surround completely. The main tower within the walls of a medieval castle or fortress. Maintain by writing regular records. Keep a diary. Conform one's action or practice to. Keep appointments. Continue a certain state, condition, or activity. Maintain in safety from injury, harm, or danger. May God keep you. The financial means whereby one lives. Each child was expected to pay for their keep. Behave as expected during of holidays or rites. Prevent the action or expression of. Keep your cool. Stop someone or something from doing something or being in a certain state. Retain possession of. Can I keep my old stuffed animals? Supply with necessities and support. There's little to earn and many to keep. Stick to correctly or closely. Keep count. Retain rights to. Keep my job for me while I give birth. Fail to spoil or rot. These potatoes keep for a long time. A cell in a jail or prison. Prevent food from rotting. Keep potatoes fresh. Cause to continue in a certain state, position, or activity. E.g., keep clean. The students keep me on my toes. Maintain for use and service. I keep a car in the countryside. Allow to remain in a place or position or maintain a property or feature. The family's fortune waned and they could not keep their household staff. Have as a supply. I always keep batteries in the freezer. Hold and prevent from leaving. Look after. Be the keeper of. Have charge of. He keeps the shop when I am gone. Raise. She keeps a few chickens in the yard. Store or keep customarily. Where do you keep your gardening tools? Supply with room and board. He is keeping 3 women in the guest cottage. Stop someone or something from doing something or being in a certain state. We must prevent the cancer from spreading. Keep from happening or arising. Make impossible. Undergo a transformation or a change of position or action. To break and turn over earth, especially with a plow. Turn the earth in the spring. Twist suddenly so as to sprain. I turned my ankle and couldn't walk for several days. Pass into a condition gradually, take on a specific property or attribute, become. The weather turned nasty. Cause to move around a center so as to show another side of. Turn a page of a book. Undergo a change or development. The water turned into ice. Let something fall or spill from a container. Turn the flour onto a plate. Cause a plastic object to assume a crooked or angular form. The strong man could turn an iron bar. Undergo a transformation or a change of position or action. We turned from socialism to capitalism. Pass to the other side of. Turn the corner. Have recourse to or make an appeal or request for help or information to. She turned to her relatives for help. Turning or twisting around, in place. A favor for someone. He did me a good turn. Change to the contrary. The tides turned against him. Game. The activity of doing something in an agreed succession. It is my turn. A short performance that is part of a longer program. A circular segment of a curve. Sports. A division during which one team is on the offensive. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. A movement in a new direction. The turning of the wind. An unforeseen development. Events suddenly took an awkward turn. The act of changing or reversing the direction of the course. He took a turn to the right. Go sour or spoil. The cream has turned, we have to throw it out. Accomplish by rotating. Turn a somersault. Alter the functioning or setting of. Turn the dial to 10. Become officially 1 year older. She is turning 50 this year. Cause to change or turn into something different. Assume new characteristics. The princess turned the frog into a prince by kissing him. Cause to move along an axis or into a new direction. Turn your face to the wall. Cause to move around or rotate. Turn a key. Change color. In Vermont, the leaves turn early. Change orientation or direction, also in the abstract sense. The mugger turned and fled before I could see his face. Channel one's attention, interest, thought, or attention toward or away from something. The pedophile turned to boys for satisfaction. Direct at someone. She turned a smile on me. Get by buying and selling. The company turned a good profit after a year. Move around an axis or a center. The wheels are turning. Shape by rotating on a lathe or cutting device or a wheel. Turn the legs of the table. Taking a short walk out and back. We took a turn in the park. The act of turning away or in the opposite direction. He made an abrupt turn away from her. To send or let go. They turned away the crowd at the gate of the governor's mansion. A vigorous blow. He got a bang on the head. A conspicuous success. The party went with a bang. Have sexual intercourse with. Close violently. Directly. He ran bang into the pole. A border of hair that is cut short and hangs across the forehead. Strike violently. A sudden very loud noise. Leap, jerk, bang. The swift release of a store of effective force. They got a great bang out of it. Move noisily. The window banged shut. to produce a sharp, often metallic explosive or percussive sound. One of them banged the sash of the window nearest my bed. A plug used to close a hole in a barrel or flask. Give a tip or gratuity to in return for a service, beyond the compensation agreed on. Close with a cork or stopper. Thread on or as if on a string. Poker, in which a player can discard cards and receive substitutes from the dealer. He played only draw and stud. Remove the entrails of. Draw a chicken. Suck in or take air. Draw a deep breath. Pull. A person, apart with 4 horses tied to his extremities, so as to execute him. In the old days, people were drawn and quartered for certain crimes. Give a description of. Anything, straws or pebbles, etc. Taken or chosen at random. The luck of the draw. Finish a game with an equal number of points, goals, etc. Make a mark or lines on a surface. Draw a line. Get or derive. Pass over, across, or through. An entertainer who attracts large audiences. He was the biggest drawing card they had. Direct toward itself or oneself by means of some psychological power or physical attributes. A golf shot that curves to the left for a right-handed golfer. Bring, take, or pull out of a container or from under a cover. Draw a weapon. Earn or achieve a base by being walked by the pitcher. Make, formulate, or derive in the mind. I draw a line here. The finish of a contest in which the score is tied and the winner is undecided. The game ended in a draw. Take in, also metaphorically. Stretch back a bowstring, on an archer's bow. The archers were drawing their bows. The act of drawing or hauling something. American football. The quarterback moves back as if to pass and then hands the ball to the fullback who is running toward the line of scrimmage. Choose at random. Draw a card. Remove, a commodity, from, a supply source. Cause to move in a certain direction by exerting a force upon, either physically or in an abstract sense. Cause to move by pulling. Draw a wagon. Take liquid out of a container or well. A gully that is shallower than a ravine. Allow a draft. This chimney draws very well. A playing card or cards dealt or taken from the pack. He got a pair of kings in the draw. Bring or lead someone to a certain action or condition. She was drawn to despair. Cause to flow. Cause to localize at one point. Contract. Elicit responses, such as objections, criticism, applause, etc. Engage in drawing. He spent the day drawing in the garden. Flatten, stretch, or mold metal or glass, by rolling or by pulling it through a die or by stretching. Draw steel. Move or go steadily or gradually. Move or pull so as to cover or uncover something. Draw the shades. Reduce the diameter of a wire or metal rod by pulling it through a die. Draw wire. Represent by making a drawing of, as with a pencil, chalk, etc. on a surface. Require a specified depth for floating. This boat draws 70 inches. Select or take in from a given group or region. The participants in the experiment were drawn from a representative population. Steep. Pass through a strainer. Draw pulp from the fruit. Write a legal document or paper. The deed was drawn in the lawyer's office. Show certain properties when being rolled. Form a cylinder by rolling. Roll up a banner. Get or gather together. Form into a cylinder by rolling. Make into a bundle. Arrive in a vehicle. Close a car window by causing it to move up, as with a handle. A member of a naval special warfare unit who is trained for unconventional warfare. Fastener consisting of a resinous composition that is plastic when warm, used for sealing documents and parcels and letters. Make tight. Secure against leakage. Seal the windows. A device incised to make an impression, used to secure a closing or to authenticate documents. The pelt or fur, especially the underfur, of a seal. A coat of seal. Cover with varnish. An indication of approved or superior status. Affix a seal to. Seal the letter. A finishing coat applied to exclude moisture. Any of numerous marine mammals that come on shore to breed, chiefly of cold regions. A stamp affixed to a document, as to attest to its authenticity or to seal it. The warrant bore the sheriff's seal. Close with or as if with a seal. She sealed the letter with hot wax. Decide irrevocably. Sealing dooms. Fastener that provides a tight and perfect closure. Hunt seals. Make tight. Secure against leakage. Impose a blockade on. A hinged blind for a window. A mechanical device on a camera that opens and closes to control the time of a photographic exposure. Close with shutters. We shuttered the window to keep the house cool. An aggressive remark directed at a person like a missile and intended to have a telling effect. Throw violently. He slammed the book on the table. Close violently. He slammed the door shut. Winning all or all but one of the tricks in bridge. Dance the slam dance. Strike violently. Slam the ball. A forceful impact that makes a loud noise. The noise made by the forceful impact of two objects. A thin strip, wood or metal. Close the slats of windows. A quip or bar with slats. Move or strike with a noise. His arm was snapped forward. An informal photograph, usually made with a small handheld camera. My snapshots haven't been developed yet. Tender green beans without strings that easily snap into sections. The act of catching an object with the hands. The infielder's snap and throw was a single motion. Separate or cause to separate abruptly. The rope snapped. Cuz to make a snapping sound. Snap your fingers. Lose control of one's emotions. When her baby died, she snapped. The tendency of a body to return to its original shape after it has been stretched or compressed. The waistband had lost its snap. Record on photographic film. She snapped a picture of the president. Break suddenly and abruptly, as under tension. The pipe snapped. A fastener used on clothing fastens with a snapping sound. Children can manage snaps better than buttons. A crisp round cookie flavored with ginger. Any undertaking that is easy to do. To grasp hastily or eagerly. Make a sharp sound. His fingers snapped. Utter in an angry, sharp, or abrupt tone. The sales clerk snapped a reply at the angry customer. A sudden sharp noise. He can hear the snap of a twig. American football. Putting the ball in play by passing it, between the legs, to a back. The quarterback fumbled the snap. A spell of cold weather. A cold snap in the middle of May. A sudden breaking. Bring the jaws together. He snapped indignantly. Close with a snapping motion. The lock snapped shut. Move with a snapping sound. Bullets snapped past us. Put in play with a snap. Snap a football. The act of snapping the fingers. Movement of a finger from the tip to the base of the thumb on the same hand. He gave his fingers a snap. The noise produced by the rapid movement of a finger from the tip to the base of the thumb on the same hand. Servants appeared at the snap of his fingers. Profane or obscene expression, usually of surprise or anger. An evil spell. A witch put a curse on his whole family. Utter obscenities or profanities. Exclude from a church or a religious community. Wish harm upon. Invoke evil upon. The bad witch cursed the child. Something causing misery or death. A severe affliction. An appeal to some supernatural power to inflict evil on someone or some group. Heap obscenities upon. The taxi driver who felt he didn't get a high enough tip cursed the passenger. Exclude from a church or a religious community. The gay priest was excommunicated when he married his partner. Oust or exclude from a group or membership by decree.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.